All right, Mr. Consistency. I'm back once again. This is wait till that pass by. So this is the Troy Graham experience, and as you can see, I am he. But today I'm starting a new wing or a new branch of the Troy Graham experience, and this is called Daddy's Lounge. Something I'm going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 6 o'clock on those 3 days. Say, well, what's Daddy's Lounge about? It's a good, good question. It's a good question. What is it about? First of all, when you hear the word daddy or fatherhood, it's some people look at that as a big word or just an issue, and they start making comparisons. It's not the way that I'm looking at it. But Daddy's Lounge is a destination point where we as men and fathers that come together and celebrate ourselves. Because, see, we're not really celebrated in the world. So, not that we're going to be bashing. Sometimes only men, you have to walk to understand his point of view. So, I created this to say there's a void out there for fathers. Well, back up. Let's back up a little bit. This journey of Daddy's Lounge started way back in 2015. 2015, I had this urge on my soul just to start a page on Facebook about fathers. At first, it was just about black fathers, right? See a positive outlet for black fathers. I just didn't see it. And then I started getting all these replies from Ireland, Africa, France, and Greenland, and different places. These men would hit me. One guy hit me up from Indiana. I wrote something about what's called the Indian Run. I'm former military, so I wrote something about this run we did in the military called the Indian Run. So what it is two rows and we're running, and the ones in the back have to sprint to the front, and we keep doing that for 2 miles, 2 miles until we're back in alignment to where we started. Can you imagine doing that for 2 miles? Just sprinting from the back to the front, sprinting for 2 miles from the back to the front. So I told that story, and I told how after we did it, we felt we felt some unity between us, all of us. And he was like, military too. And I'm still friends with one of my brothers, and he's from New York. I'm from Indiana. I'm white. He's black, and we both fathers. Da, 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 da. And he sent me this long just response to what I wrote that day, and I was like, wow, I didn't know simple words like that could touch people. So I said, let me focus on fathers, because yes, black fathers needed more attention than more, but fathers on the whole need attention, and that's the only way. If we come together as brothers and fathers, can we even build anything? So that's what that is Lounge is about. It's not a place where I want people to come over and just, well, we don't get the same respect as the mothers, and da da da. Da. This is not going to be a bashing. Nah, this ain't a bashing thing. This is an uplifting thing. You know, it's an uplifting thing. It ain't a bashing show. It's where you come and you say, "Oof, I get to breathe now, man." You know, I get to breathe because the whole day I had to basically lean back and conduct myself in a certain way. Yeah. But over here, I can loosen up the tie a little bit, take a deep breath, and say, you know what? I had a hard day today. My manhood was attacked constantly. And you know what kept me going? The fact that I was a father and I have people, and I can't really express those feelings to everybody because they might come off weak. Because we as men, a lot of times they tell us, man up and get over it. Can anybody give me a definition of what that really means? Man up and get over it. I would love to hear what that really means. What does man up and get over it really mean? But anyway, it's also a place where you can come and say, you know what, man, I got a son at home, my daughter's home. I tried everything and I don't know what to do, and just let's just discuss it. I'm not big on giving my opinion on a lot of things, but I will listen. Because when it comes to raising your child, everybody is different in how they approach raising their child. So I'm gonna ask if I can offer my opinion, but I'm not gonna give you any. I'm not gonna give you opinion he didn't ask for. Nothing unsolicited. They that that just makes it seem like I think I know more than everybody else, and I don't. I have 4 kids, and I had my ups and downs in every single one of them. Everybody's cool now, but that's because they're older, so they see have a better outlook on life. I gotta stop leaning over with the slouching shoulders. I don't like that. But yeah, they have a different view on life, and they see things a different way. You know, so I know it's gonna take some time to grow for the word to get out there, but please share it, pass it on. I really, this is something I really, really believe there's a need for because we can't really breathe a lot of men. If you look too long, if you go apply for a job, you look the person in the eye too long, you're like, oh, that's being too aggressive. If you look away too fast, oh, you're passive. If you talk kind of with a quiet voice like me, oh, you're soft. If you rather de-escalate than escalate, then you're a punk. I mean, yeah, something like that. And that's not wine. That's beet juice, by the way. For all of us men out there for certain age, right? Beet juice. You don't need that blue pill. Just drink that beet juice. You gonna, your lady gonna thank you over and over again, and then you're gonna come on my platform and thank me. You see, I sit on the platform. Stop thinking dirt. But get back. So yeah, what really is it about? What are we gonna do? What separates Daddy's Lounge from every other podcast on here? Find me another one that's like this. That's just focusing on fathers. I don't. I'm a. I'm a. I want all fathers. I want the father, the married father, the divorced father, the single father, the father that's a deadbeat father. You know, the young father. I want them all. I want every last one of them because we all got something to say and something to share. Come share. I'm not sending anybody away. I want to hear it all because I was always taught the largest room in the world is room for improvement. So who am I to say that I don't want to hear it? Nah, I built this so I could hear others. Right now it's just me, but in the future there'll be a multitude. You know, and even like I'm Jamaican, our motto is "Out of many we are one," and that's what this is all about. You know, when you hear the word lounge, it's just being laid back and being easy. Relaxing. Some place where you could take that armor off for a little bit and relax. Don't get too relaxed. This is real life. This is social media. I'm gonna tell you, hey, Public service announcement is what you see in front of you. Is my podcast. I do not. I can't. My light is blinking. I can't control someone else's opinion. I cannot control that. What I can't control is the tempo of the room when once I start getting people on the panel. I can't control that. What I can't control is, when the grown men get out of hand once we get heated on here. That's what mute is for. That's what putting people in the back room is for. That's what isn't kicking people off. You can always come back another day. But other than that, I cannot control the next man's opinion. Love it or like it is their opinion. You know. And also, this is a great place to network. I don't care if you're selling candy to T-shirts to about AI, about vehicles, about whatever you into crypto, you into stocks. Great place to network, man. We could build amongst ourselves. Mark my words, this Daddy's Lounge will grow. I apologize. I was chewing some ice. I didn't want to chew on air. I didn't want to feel the need to have you watch me chew. That's why I had to put my son's picture up. Handsome sucker, isn't he? Yeah. So that's what it's all about. Just fathers and men coming together and say, "Hey, thank you for giving me a place to breathe. Thank you for giving me a place to connect. Thank you for giving me a place to really, really probably make a few friends, probably make a few enemies. You never know. And thank you for giving me a place where I can network. Because ain't no business too small or too big. Nah, you name me one. Ain't no business too 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 big or too small to expand. And that goes with us as human beings too. There's no human being too big or too knowledgeable or too anything that doesn't need to grow. The only people that don't need to grow are dead people. What do the dead need to grow for? They're dead. But every day should be a brand new. Every day you should hear something learn something that is new to you. You know, every single day. I don't care what it is. Like I heard, I'm a words guy, right? Yeah, I'm a words guy, so I love. That's not the proper term. It's a wordsmith ever since I was a child. Well, that's not the word. I'm a linguist. That's the word. So I love words, and I love it. Love languages as well. So every day I try and learn a new word or I listen so I can hear a new word. Like I'll give you a perfect example. I was watching how many. I don't know how many of you know Spencer for Hire, Avery Brooks, and brother. Jesus Christ, I can't remember the main character brother's name, but there was a scene on Spencer for Hire with a young Lawrence Fishburne, aka Larry Fishburne at the time, where he was this African art dealer who also was a dictator in his land that was using. He was just ripping off his people and making himself rich, and then he was selling off the country's art and all that. And Hawk hated him. Hawk was Avery Brooks' character. Got into Hawk forced his limo driver to stop because he was Larry's character was in Boston, and Boston is where Hawk is located. So Hawk pulls over the limo, tells the driver, "Today's a bad day to die." Right? Let's just call him Clarence. Clarence, today's a bad day to die. Points his big old gun at Clarence. He gets in the back seat with Larry, and he said, "Mr. Hawk, Mr. Hawk, you know your reputation it actually precedes you." And he said a few words, and I will not repeat myself. Okay, I don't like jackals who who feed on feed on people before they're dead. All right, this is this is my one and only warning to you. Okay, this is it's called territorial imperative. This is my territory, and it's imperative that you leave. And I will not repeat myself, my African brother. And Lawrence's character said to him, "Well, that I'll be leaving this afternoon. I lament for the continent," he said. And then as Hawk was leaving out, he looked at the driver and said, "Green light, Clarence." But those two words right there, territorial imperative. I like the way that so it's always good to learn something new every day. And when it comes to being a father, I learned, whew, when I was raising my four, the first one being a girl, boys are different, man. Like, she was sharp coming up, very smart, but she was shooting up real fast. And by the time she hit 12, that mouth, oh my God, just constantly talking back. Oh, just talk back. So that was her challenging me. So I had to find ways to deal with her, because I'm pretty sure we all just want to look at them. You're here because of me. You have nothing to say to me. Nothing at all. Just be quiet and listen, or to make it plain, shut up. Ain't no need for you to run your mouth to me at 12, 13, 14. Shut up. Where you going to live? Every time you wipe your behind is on my ticket. So my approach to her at times was, music a lot. Sometimes we listen to music. I try to have some conversations, but when it came to the schoolwork, that's where I wasn't lenient at all. She had to read a book from school, and she got it wrong. I'd make her read the book over, write a report. Man, she hated that. She hated that. You know what she does now? She's a nurse. And what do nurses do? Write a ton of reports. See how God works? That's one thing I did with her as a father. I learned a lot. I had to step back and watch. And then, we always have that moment, as they say, that F- FAFO moment in life as a father. Someone. So she was 15. She was about 5'11" and very overdeveloped, and I was very critical of the clothing she would wear. Right. So I was cool with the maintenance supervisor, and he was there talking to one of the maintenance men. So I really didn't like the other dude he was talking to. I didn't care for him. My spirit never took to him. So he was like, "Yeah, man, you got some of these young girls around here. They're 18, 19, man. You don't get them." And I'm like, "Aren't you married?" He's like, "Yeah, man. What they got to do with anything?" So he said, "You see them two right there? I'm definitely gonna get them." It's just instinct. I choked him because the two he was talking about was my daughter and her friend, and they weren't 18, they were 15, and he was 35, 30, looking at 15-year-olds. So I choked him. It was instinctual. It wasn't something I thought about. If I thought about it, then I wouldn't have done it probably. but it was just based on instinct. Fatherhood, man, just natural protectors. That's what we do. You know, that's what we do. And now with my sons, it was a little different. Oh, back the story up a little bit. It wasn't just her acting her because she had a real she was a brain on her. I taught her how to fight since the age of 3. Yeah, since the age of 3. So by the time she hit 9, she could literally, if she couldn't break your ribs, she could take your wind away. 'Cause I taught her how to shift her weight and just put them heavy hands to work. She knocked my glasses off my face twice in my life, twice, and that's when I was still in my prime. So I told her, she hit me one time, and I felt it. And I said, we ain't gonna be going down that road no more. You know. So yeah. So I told her. But yeah, so she and I always told her just like I told her brothers. If you leave the house, in her case, if you leave the house with your cousins, you come back with your cousins. Don't run back and come get me or your mother to take care of a problem when you as children could have taken care of. Because when parents get involved, because no one wants to hear it when it comes to their child. I don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. So let's not do that. You know, let's definitely not do that. So, I told them the first thing you should do is de-escalate. If you can't talk it out, walk it out. But if they follow you, you defend yourself and you make it home, and I'll do the rest. Her brothers, the approach to my fatherhood, and how I dealt with them as a father, my fatherhooding. But I taught them, ye- just like her, young, how to use their hands, and then, but first it was the education. I taught them how to read, write, and all that stuff first. I taught them how to be independent first. You know, don't rely on any other person first. You look to yourself first and then God. Because as a father, like I told them, it's not as beautiful as we, the parents, try to make it out to you, shelter you. We try and shelter you from a lot of things. But understand this, no one is going to do for you 100% other than you. Not even me, your father. I'm not going to be there 100% of the time for you. Once you reach a certain age, you got to fly out the nest, baby. And then you in the world. Then I'd be doing you a disservice as a father if I didn't prepare you for the storm. What's up, my dear brother? How are you? So yeah. So at that point, man, it's a little different with girls and boys. At least to me. To me, it's a little different with girls and boys, right? Because again, the whole approach to fatherhood with me is with boys, I have to be a little harder on them, especially mine, because they got to grow up to be young black men, and the world views them as a threat, even in the. So I had to prepare them for that. Their sister, I didn't have. I had to prepare them that her for the world, thinking that she is uppity because she's intelligent and she's above average height and she's attractive. So all those three things, they gonna think that you're better than everybody else. That's not true, but that's what you're gonna have to deal with. So just be strong enough to smile at them and say, "No, I'm not better than everybody else," and mean it when you say it. Don't be apologetic. Don't apologize for who the hell you are. Don't do that. If you're wrong, then you're wrong. But never apologize for who you are. That's what I taught them. And if you're right, don't you move off. Don't you move off your damn square. If you're right, pull this up some. Don't you move off your square. You stand there. But that was how I approached it all with both the boys and the my boys and my girls, man. And then when I got with other fatherhood group in Baltimore, 13 Sorry about that, y'all. I fell off for a minute. I really have to get a new iPad. My tablet is messed up, and my computer here does not have any service on it at the moment. So I got to work on getting an iPad, man. Because every time a father comes in, a call comes in, it kicks me off. That don't do no good, right? So every time I get a call, I'm gonna get knocked off here. It seems this is what it did yesterday to me. How did I figure this out? Okay, so all right, let me get my bearings to come back to where I was. So, like I said, when I was in the fatherhood group back in 2013 in Baltimore, it was interesting. Interesting to hear some of their stories, man. Most of them were the same. We all were there for different reasons, but a lot of it started with the children, or and ended with the children, and sometimes started with and it ended with the mothers. Like one brother, he was out there doing his thing. He got locked up, but he still kept in touch with his girls. By the time he got out, they were early teens, 13, 14, 15, things like that. So he was telling the story of how They called him up one night. A 16-year-old called him up, and she was just scared. She was like, "Dad, we in the room, and mommy not here. She at work. This was nighttime. He out there walking around in his underwear and nothing else. You know, he want us to come out here and cook him something." And their father was like, "What? I'm gonna come get you." And the oldest daughter was like, "No, daddy, I don't want you to go back to jail. Please don't come over here. Please don't come over here." He was like, "Baby girl, what you want me to do? I can't, I can't leave you in that situation and all that." So she was like, I'm gonna call Auntie so and so. They can't come over. Promise me you won't come over, cause you gonna end up going to jail, daddy. You gonna end up going back to jail." And that's what he was dealing with right there. Broke down right in that program, start crying. And I wait till after class to talk to the brother because I could see the rage and just not knowing what to do in him. He really didn't know what to do. He was in a rage, a quiet rage. And approaching a man when he's in, you have to learn how to read the room and read people. That man was in a quiet rage, and then I talked to him after the program, and he was like, "Look, I don't know what to do, Graham. What's up, Miss Evelyn? I don't know what to do, Graham." Right? So, I said, "Brother, first thing you got to do is you got to take a deep breath before you leave here. Let's just sit and talk. And I don't care if you got to yell, bang on the tables, but you let it out before you leave here, because I know where you." I said, "I know." Better thing to say is I have an understanding, because I'm not wearing his shoes, so I really don't know his full story. So I told him, make sure you take a deep breath, you let it out. I don't care if you got to talk to me for the next couple of minutes or whatever. Let's just do that. You got to cry, do whatever. But if you leave here angry, you ain't never gonna see your daughters again, man. Never. And he just was like, once he calmed him, once he let the ring. This was a Muslim brother. He was with Nation of Islam as well. So he said, "Okay, brother." He took some time. He let that rage out, and he said, "Okay, brother, I'm glad you walked up to me because I would have left here and probably went there and killed that man." I said, "I know, I could tell." And so, this is why that prompted thing, because his brothers out there like that, they good brothers. They may have walked a certain path in life and they have a testimony to share with somebody. I know they do, right? But ain't nobody there for them. Ain't nobody bold enough to say, just take your time. Because one thing, if my spirit tells me to do something, I just listen and do it. Like well, how firemen walk into a fire, people run from it. I walk into that fire because I know on the other end of it it's a change, it's a positive change. It's not positive change. That's what fire brings, really, is change. So I'll always remember that. I'll always remember that because those words chill. Whew, they still chilled me. He said I was gonna walk out here and kill that brother, and I didn't even think of the consequences. Consequences be damned. That's what he said. Mm, just things like that, and there's some brothers out there that also are good brothers, but they just can't pay that child support, man. And then the police then they lose their license, they can't work, and the woman puts police on them. And mm, mm. My opinion on that is, if you separated as a couple, it's always best to deal with the children, the rearing of the kids on your own. Don't invest in strangers to do what God gave you the responsibility to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's going off the path. Don't do that. Yeah, it's not a path you want to walk. And I'm speaking from experience, not giving up too much of my personal business. Yeah. And of course, there's other times where you know you you sitting down with men. Like I have brotherhoods that go, and we're all grandfathers right now. Coming from where we come from, that says a lot. I mean, definitely gonna work on getting some of the brothers on here because they're not really big on social media. I'm by my living room. Somebody going up the steps outside. But the Daddy's Lounge was created, man, just to all them brothers need an outlet, and there's some brothers who are idea men, but don't know how to put their idea into purpose. How to give their idea purpose and bring it to life. So then there's other guys that have the means of how to bring something to purpose, but don't have the idea. It's another way you can put them two together. You never know. Pen to paper. Pen to paper. You never know what you will create. You start off simple, but you end up creating something great. See that? That's just another thing I want to do. I want to network, man. It's time, don't you think? It's time, because time is not a friend to me, you, or anybody else. So it's time, and I'm not just talking about fathers of a certain age like me. You see the beautiful salt and pepper thing going on, but I'm not talking about fathers just of a certain age like myself. I'm talking about fathers old, and you could be as young as 15, you could be as old as 55 or 95. It doesn't matter. Each of us has something to share, and you never know who God put there for you to get into their ear. You never know. You never know. So don't doubt you're young. I can't get on here, or are you too old? You can't get on here. That's not true. You telling yourself that's not true, but it's not. That's it. Don't believe that foolishness. Come on, man. If 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 anybody else, if no one else is here, I'm gonna be here for you. You see, I'm here right now. Look at the numbers. I don't have a great deal of numbers right now, but I tell you what, purpose. This is gonna give me consistent, make me what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to miss any days over here. Because you never know who you might be touching, or who's looking forward to seeing your show. Hey, at least I could turn him on, and listen for a little bit, and I could get this nonsense out my soul, and someone understands me as a father. You know. Whew. I'm not giving you all my stories today, but you know, I'm not. But I can share one with you that always made. When my daughter was 10, I worked at the airport where I lived, right? And I worked at a rental car spot. See this left hand? hmm I had carpal tunnel in it, so I wore the whole brace thing, cast, flexible cast. So, excuse me. So, I couldn't even really eat right because my hands were shaking stuff. We're sitting at the dining room table, we said our prayers, we were eating, and and she was like, "Are you gonna be all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm Superman." She looked me right in the face, said, "No, you're not. Superman don't have corporal tunnel." He, man. Superman don't have corporal tunnel. You know I should throw you off the balcony to see if you bounce. Mom, him said he gonna throw me off the balcony. Oh Lord. So, I, needless to say, I didn't throw her off the balcony, y'all. I was so busy. I told her, "I'm gonna eat all your damn food." What did I make that day? I made some chicken. Of all things, I made no her. I cook most of the time in that house. So you know it's a damn lie. We ordered Chinese food that night. We ordered Chinese food. Man, I took her damn fortune cookie. She was mad. I said, "Hey, Soup Man eats fortune cookies." You know, Bama. Oh man, but yeah, but man, you get together as men and as fathers. Is so much you can share with, with each other and impact one another with. You know, I'm punching my hand. That's the noise you hear. Big old fist. Uh, because the world has a tendency of breaking us down, man. And some of us crack under that weight, where others we just we bury it. You can only bury so much, and then guess what happens? A needle drops and nuclear warfare happens. You know. Then there's those others that just let it roll off their shoulders, roll off their shoulders. You know. They might join a league like bowling league, basketball league, chess club, hell, even corn, what's it called? When you throw the thing in the hole, you know, some join, some get into a pool, something. They have something to let out all that frustration, you know? And that's what this is about. But that joint was funny. Superman don't have Corporal Tano. Now, my son's one funny story with them is it was raining real bad. No thunder, lightning, and all that. So I said, look, we got this three-story house. Let's play hide and go seek. Do not go into the, don't go down there. It's scary, right? So nobody went down there, right? At least to hide. Plus, we had a flood down there, and I had to call someone to take care of some business, which I did. So I told them stay out of that. So that being said, I we played hide and go seek from the living room on up. So they were fine to hide anywhere from the kitchen to the dining room and the living room to all the three rooms upstairs. So I go look for them. I find two of these mamas, and I look and I look and I look and I look and I can't find my youngest son. And his two brothers are on the floor laughing. They just laughing. Like, what the hell is so funny? Where's your brother? I'm getting worried now. And they just laughing to the point where they holding their stomachs and crying. And I'm like, where did I miss to look? And this little Bama says, Daddy, he was hiding in the towel closet. He was a little bit back there. Closet under all them damn towels and sheets and stuff. And I didn't even bother to look because I didn't think any of them could make themselves that small and hide. He was literally laying down in the closet under, and he put some sheets and towels and blankets over him. And I never thought to myself that any of my sons could actually fold themselves up like that. Damn contortionist. And they were just laughing their asses off at me, man. Yeah. Of times as a father, man, that felt great, you know. Cause there's no way I was going outside in that weather. Then it's just, yeah. And I remember just a lot of the men I was around coming up as a youngster. Each of them had a different story, you know. From my father on down, everybody had a different story. My father, he was what not to do. He was caring in his own way, but he didn't give too much of himself to. He wasn't emotional. Like if you needed him, ladies, and you called them and say, "Well, you know, we don't have any Pampers. I need money for this and that and that." You called him on Monday, he'd have it to you by Tuesday, or maybe by the end of the day, or middle of the day. Who knows, right? But well, we never starved. He wasn't in the house, but we never starved. I tell you that much from the stories I was told, right? And if you had a problem, he would fix that problem quick, and in a hurry. You know, make sure that you didn't have any more problems. He meant what he said, and you know, he said what he meant and meant what he said. Pretty much, he was the period at the end of the sentence. Wasn't playing with him. So you have that type of man. Then you have the other type of brother who was my other father. He was the I call him the roots man because he married my mother and settled down and you know they made a life of it. They're still married now. Well, 50, 48, 47 years later. So that's a different type of father right there. You know, he he raised kids. He chopped down trees. He fixed cars and stuff like that. He knows how to garden. You know, he can cook. So a lot of things. You know, that's the difference. He's the one that sets down roots. Ain't too much excitement, but he's a stand-up guy. You know, he's a stand-up guy. So anything they fix it, he gonna fix it. Whether in the house or out the house, he fixing it. Period. He, should be highly respected. You know, so that's both. I got it from both sides of the totem, as you could say. You know, I know from both my fathers about what not to do and about what to do, and then you eventually just take all of that and you become yourself, right? hmm And if you're bold enough, you allow yourself to grow into being. Don't do that because you're gonna regret it. Be strong enough for yourself so you can be strong enough for your children. I hope that somebody heard that. You know, be strong enough for yourself so you can be strong enough, even stronger for your children. Meaning that things are gonna get tough. I've been there where I had to decide whether to pay the water bill or the light bill. I don't like cold showers, so I paid the water bill. And I stole power from the people next door. Whatever. You do what you need to survive in this life. Judge me if you want to. I don't care. And then shit. There's been times where I had to go. The church had got all these suits. They were all tailor made and clean, and I had to pick them out by sight for everybody's graduation. I was graduating from kindergarten to first grade, and I went in there and picked out suits for him and his brothers just off sight, and they all fit, all tailor made. Each one of them got two tailor-made suits. Then I went to the thrift store and I found these snake skin shoes. Boy, they were fake, of course, but because of the color of the suit, like a golden color, and the snake skin was kind of brown, he looked sharp. I cut his hair. Ain't nobody can tell me my son didn't look like $1 million, even though I own all them shoes, and that's it. The suit was free. So yeah, those are painful, joyful memories right there. Indeed. And then of course there's when I took him to after school, we had this thing where we would take them. I would take them to Harry Teeter's because they would always have samples, cookies, donuts. They had these donuts that were 50 cents. I call them the big ass donuts. That before school, not after. Before, let them burn that energy off in school. So when they come home, right? So there was a meaning to my madness. There was a meaning to my madness. Hmm. And then, of course, on the weekends, it was cleanup day. You know, we were in there cleaning, man. Somebody got the table. Somebody had to clean the bathroom. I took care of the kitchen. Somebody had to vacuum, sweep the steps. Once go, and they were happy to go. They were like, "Where?" Yeah, they were happy. They hopped in my car. We hit up Costco's, got some samples. BJ's, we got some samples. Sam's Club, we got some samples. We looked at the time and said, "Uh-oh, let's get to the Amish market before it close. Everything is half off 30 minutes before they close." Took their butts to the Amish market first thing. "Daddy, can we get some donuts?" Damn right you can. I got 12 Amish donuts for $3. Usually cost 6. I said, I don't. They ordered their food for their whole dinner. It was, I ordered like 10 pounds. I ordered like beef ribs, macaroni and cheese, biscuits, and I had something to drink at the house. So I think that was it. I might have. It was never any chicken left, so I know I never got no chicken. So usually something like that would cost about $40 at the time. I got it for 20. We talking about earlier 2000. So things were a little cheaper. You could still get a pack of wings back then for about $10, a family pack. So it was earlier, later, earlier 2000. But long and short of the story is, as a father, we carry a lot of weight. We just can't let it overwhelm us. As fathers, plural, because I'm the only one here, so that's why I said father. So fathers, I'm the only one here for now. Fathers, plural, right? But sometimes you have to learn how to turn that weight into something else. Make it fun and pass some of that joint on to your children. They'll understand. Like we used to go supermarket. I only had X amount of money. I would say, look, you go there to the chicken section, you go there to the beef section, you go there to the pork section. I don't eat pork no more. But you go there to the pork section, we gonna play a game called cheap meat, right? Whoever brings back, we're gonna get some ice cream. Sure enough, my middle son one day brought me back. He said, "Daddy, I don't know what these are, but they say chicken, and it's 250, and there's three of them in here, and then no, it was $1 and change, and there's two of them in here. They were chicken box. Now, I'm not saying boxes be okay. Back. That's what I'm saying. We eat those in Jamaica, right? And then I said, go. I said, how much are more left? He said, yeah, there's about three left. I said, go pick up every one of them. And all six of them came to be about $5 a change, probably. No, well, yeah, about five, because one of them was 99 cents. And then I said, look, see if you can find any wings. The other one came back with like some basically some beef ribs, and they were on sale. So I said, that's a good buy, son. We go. Then the other one came back with a big old belly or rump roast, whatever you want to call it. So I said, look, I can't afford all of this. This is what y'all gonna do. Pick out. This is where we pick out what you want, what's gonna last the longest, and what you want. So I put the pork back because I couldn't, you know. And I said, well, what about any ground beef over there? And they found me some a good price on some because you can stretch ground beef. I wasn't eating ground chicken then. I said, okay, ground beef. I said, hey, any wings, anything over there on sale? He said, yeah, they got some thighs on sale. I said, well, go get it. And that's how we survived. I took some of that weight and I made it fun for them. They didn't know it was weight on me as a man, as a father, to say, well, hey, I got this. Sorry, sons, I got a budget. We can't get everything we want. Da 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 da. And nah, I didn't tell them that. I said, let's make a game out of it. You know, that's what I had to do without me breaking down in front of them. But we made it work, and I have no shame about that at all. And then they used to love to go to the thrift store with me, man. So I said, okay, come on. Everybody get to pick out one thing up in here, or the pen. Y'all could pick out. They all wanted some shoes out of there. They would see some Nikes. I'm like, if y'all was smart, y'all would buy them. I mean, you get me to buy all these damn Nikes, make some money. He said, can we do that? I said, yeah. So everybody has their hustle. I had them out there cleaning them damn. I showed them how to do it. You take a little vinegar, right? You take some vinegar, and then what you do then is you take your favorite household cleaner. In my case, let's say it was pine soil, right? Put it in there with some warm water. Get a brush. Don't do the toothbrush thing. Get a brush. Take out the laces. Take out the laces and scrub the outside of it gently, right? Take out the tongue, the sole. Clean that up too. You don't want to sell nobody a clean shoe with stinky, but it stinks or stinky sole in it. Clean that joint up too, right? Most cases you could put your shoes in the washing machine and then just wait to make them dry outside naturally, and that's what we did. That was our little hustle. You know, my son had the little gift of gab, the little middle one, so he got it done. He got it done. They always had a little change, and they be like, "Can we go to the mall and buy some new shoes?" I said, "We go to the outlet at the mall. I ain't allowing y'all to spend no $100 on no damn shoes." So that's where they went. And then I'll take them to this one place where buy one get half off. I'm like, see that? You could have came here. Well, you didn't tell us about it. I said you were focused on going to Nike outlet. Life lesson learned. And then after that, they said, let's go look at the buy one get half off place, Daddy. No name on it, but they made with the good quality shoes. You mean that place? Yeah, that place. So yeah, and then I started dating a girl, a young lady who was the manager of Payless. She used to give us half off on everything. Well, not exactly everything. Stop it. But, well, don't stop it. You're exactly right. Not half off on everything. So paid for. Moving right along. Moving right along. So yeah, they were never short of shoes. Well, the only thing I really got for Payless was some boots for the winter. That they had the Jesus, the waterproof boots. What are they called, y'all? Thermal something. I don't remember, but those joints were nice. They were nice. They're waterproof. They were warm and flexible. But you know, I said I was gonna be here for an hour, and I've been here for an hour. I think I'm gonna hold up for another 15 minutes and just chill for a little bit. My spirit is telling me, hey, wait a minute. I think someone wants to say something to you. So we're gonna wait for another 15 minutes. See, I ran out of beet juice now. See, I don't have no beet juice left. I guess I gotta make some more tonight. And I'm too handsome to be looking like a grizzly. No, but yeah, much too handsome to look like the grizzly. Yeah, I don't know where that number came from. The 15 minutes. I don't know. Well, we're gonna chill for 15 minutes. Let's see what happens. If nothing happens in 15 minutes, guess what? Thank you for coming out. Those who stayed in the background and those say hello to me. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I do. I really do. You know? Then I'm gonna go and I took my afternoon nap. I don't get on here unless I sleep first. Because I've fallen asleep too many times on social media. So unless I get a nap, I am not getting on social media. No, I won't. You can bet that I won't. So, I made sure I got myself a nice nap. Some celery, not celery. I cut up carrots and cucumbers, ate that, made some chicken wings, and just before I got on, I made wheat wrapped grilled cheese. It's just, exactly what it says. And once I get off here, I'm gonna eat an orange and an apple and drink some water, and that's it for the night. Yeah, them chicken wings was all I needed. Oh, they were barbecue lemon pepper. You ain't never see that coming, did you? Ha ha. Don't ask me how I did it. Just know that it got done, and I enjoyed them all by my lonesome. And when I was done, there was none. That's right. I ate them all alone, straight down to the bone. Mm-mm. Bars. Yeah, y'all go check them brothers out, man. Counterpunch Boxing. He comes on, and then there's True Media with Coach Malachi. He's on 6 days a week. He starts at 3, and hell, that's all I can remember at the moment, man. Because I don't know. Oh, Dub right side. That Bama there. Go check him out as well. You know. So yeah, there's a Troy Graham experience. Always come back Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30. 6:30 is my time. It's my time. I come on. Not a lot of bells and whistles as you can see with me, just straightforward talk. So right now, once I get the means to get the bells and whistles, I'll do a whole lot more. I'm not an engineer, but I know engineer or two, right? They'll hook me up with bells and whistles, or I'll take the time to figure it out, which it will take time. Learning how to do this took a minute. So yeah, we go from there. It's not. But look, I lied. I'm leaving out here, man. It's been 5 minutes. I really don't want to hang around for 10 more minutes. I feel I'm overstaying my welcome, right? So let me thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for thank you for showing me love. Thank you for all my future success. I appreciate it. God bless. And once again, this is Daddy's Lounge on the Troy Graham Experience. Selah.